Hey folks, welcome to the Loyalty Point IC Group here, Kelly and Anthony. What we thought we would do today is, in the spirit of the NHL and our Winnipeg Jets being in the playoffs and doing really well, we wanted to talk about how brands can take loyalty programs to the next level and really build consumer engagement in the same way that sports organizations do with their fans. So the loyalty point here today is, how do you really drive that long-term engagement and really build a rabid consumer base like fans are? So, Kel, what do you think?
Well, I think there's 3 points. There's the beginning, there's the middle, and the end, and that seems extremely obvious. But
First, second, and third period?
First, second, third period, three-pointer, coming from the point guys. Ultimately, where it starts is how you engage your audience to come in and be part of your organization in the beginning. And if you're extremely complex, you lose them. If you're too easy, they get bored. So there's really an important part where they have to become an integral part of understanding the brand. They have to have an integral part of understanding what the value proposition is that they're getting for following you. If you're a crappy team, there's got to be something else. If you're a good team, sometimes that's just about enough. So those are important parts, is sort of the 3 points of that. So the beginning, the middle, and the end. And the middle is more all about how do you sustain that consumer, have that member participate in your brand so that they're always there, they're always nurturing, you're always giving them something back. It's not a one-way relationship. And then the third point is really, what is the value proposition that you expect them to get to from a lifetime value perspective? You're always asking them to continually buy your products, but what is the end goal for that consumer? Is there sort of this ultimate peak milestone that you're hoping they get to that makes them the ultimate fan, where they're sharing their largest part of their wallet with you, but you're also giving back in the largest way to them?
Cool. I think I can also look at sports as an analogy and think of the product that's on the field. You think of a really good product, and that'll draw your fan base. So in terms of a brand, if you got a good product, then you can obviously build upon that. Think about Apple, think about Starbucks. They can almost not fail. Sorry, Tim Hortons, I guess we are Canadian, eh?
Did you want to hold the cup?
No, I don't drink coffee. So, also, beyond the product on ice or on field, think about what it is that organization is doing to be able to engage that fan in between plays and so on. That's all about how you're rewarding, how you're actually getting the consumer to really get interested in your brand beyond the use of the product itself and get some level of excitement out of it.
That's a really interesting point. We talk about brands, in a loyalty program where the purchase is the actual important aspect of a rewards program for the brand. And we actually talk about, depending on the type of brand you are, your purchase cycle. Do you have a long cycle like a vehicle? Do you have a short cycle like a chocolate bar? Because in between those cycles of purchase is the most critical part from an engagement perspective. If you're lucky enough that your brand gets purchased every couple days, you don't need to do as much in between those cycles. But in a lot of the products that we've worked on, where the purchase cycles might be 30 days or longer, there is a point in that time period that you have to be in the face of your consumer, both asking but providing.
Yeah.
And like a hockey game or like a sports thing, when it goes to commercial, we all assume that everybody's watching the commercial, but in reality, if you're inside that building and you're a true fan, you're being engaged by the business. Whether it's games, whether it's experiences, whether it's watching them do the giveaways. So you have to have that same mentality. It has to be an always on program. It can't be turned off in between purchases.
That's right.
And so that's a really unique part of the thinking to do with creating a true loyalty fan for your brand.
Yeah, and that's the loyalty program, right? That rewards program is trying to engage that consumer in between the purchase transactions. So really good loyalty programs, and you can think of ones that you're a member of today probably. They keep your interest. You see value in just beyond the actual use of the product or service. So really think about how you see your favorite team engaging you when you're in that stadium experience beyond that product that's on the field. So another loyalty point with Kelly and Anthony here. We're going to be at the Loyalty Expo May 15th to 17th in Orlando. If you're going to be there, give us a call, check us out. We're going to have an awesome time there.
I think I'm going to wear my Winnipeg Jets jersey at that conference. So if you see the Winnipeg Jets jersey, come find us. We'll talk to you about the point.
Awesome. Go Jets, go!